Hello guys, everybody. I've started 5 minutes earlier here, 6:55 p.m. and I'm going to just let everybody roll in for 7 p.m. I've just noticed in the chat here. Now, before you're wondering, there might anybody's paying attention to the chat, you might wonder why I might be reading out some comments and not the others. It's because I'm streaming it through 2 channels, not 1 but 2 channels. So if you're not subscribed to the official Humble Dryer, you're not going to see the comments that come in for the people that subscribe to the official Humble Dryer. The Humble Dryer official, which I had to open because I'd lost the official one for a wee while, that explains it. It's because you're only seeing half the conversation. So don't worry about it. I have, well, I don't know if I have, but I will later to all destinations, Humble Dryer 2 or official Humble Dryer. So I might be able to pin some of the comments up here so everybody can see it. As I say, I've started 5 minutes earlier, so I'm not hanging about at 7 o'clock and waiting another 5 minutes and everybody rolling in. It makes sense. Anyway, hope everybody's good. Sean, copper balls and ginger bollops, thank you. Duracell, yeah, remember I'm Duracell. Right, guys, okay, I'm going to kind of, just whilst everybody's rolling in, there's only 61 people watching through the 2 channels because of 7 p.m. I said it was starting. So everybody will be getting notifications now to say that I'm live now, or some people, I don't know how it works. If you come in early and start early, does the people that had set it for 7 o'clock, does the notification come through at 7 o'clock? I didn't can, but we'll see. So I'm just going to talk pish for 5 minutes. Talking about pish, we've got John Smith in the chat. Hello, John Smith. The humble do a wee wheelie and the backflip, yeah, ginger ninja. John, I would come on for a bit of banter some night, mate, but I've really not got the time for it. To be honest, somebody sent me a wee clip of you the other night there, and I was going to jump in and kind of just break you down, a wee bit of banter, but to be honest, mate, I was busy. So big up John Smith, the professional Karen Slayer. Big John Smith here actually kicked off Paul the Chin Ferris one night, told up me fucking off you fuck, and put the latch on the gate on the way out. I actually found that quite funny, John. He actually made me laugh there for the first time in 3 years, and I laughed very hard. Anyway, Boy Rabbit, how you doing? Well, I'll pin some of your comments so everybody can see who you are. Wait, I'm just trying to get used to this fucking stupid computer. Shit. Yeah, you can fucking hitting somebody. Hang on. What the fuck have I done now? And see, the mic must be right close to the keypad bit in it. Because when I watch it back, oh fuck it. Anyway, that's this is John Smith, the professional Karen Slayer. Hi John Smith, I won't give big Scott Lee a cuddle from me. I've hurt his feelings with calling him a clown. Tell him it was nothing personal. The big clown he is. I was only having a joke, but he's took it personal. Who's this? We've got Irish Mafia. How you doing, Humble? All right, mate. You all right? Who else we've got? The Source Network. All right. Scottish lad here. Don't know who he is. All right. Likes a wee bit too much dope for my liking. Only joking, mate. It's just not my choice of drug. I prefer A's. Boy Rabbit. Loch Lomond Pirate. David McIntyre. Always there somewhere, mate. Big Billy must be in the chat somewhere. Big Billy. Kelly boy. There he's there. How you getting on, Big Billy? A Rangers man there. Blue nose through and through. And then we've got OG. He'll be popping in at some point. He's a Celtic man. So, as you can see, I'm not bigoted. So some people would maybe disagree with me there, but I'm not bigoted. I try not to be. We'll all get drunk and say things we don't mean. We'll all get drunk and we say things we mean. Just man up. All right, mate. Just man up. Sharon Cleland. Sharon was on earlier and I done a wee unexpected live. Okay, we're on 7 o'clock, guys. So I'm just going to batter down through the chat here, get everybody a wee mention. Dion Shepherd. You behaving yourself, Dion? Yeah, you away for Tony Birdship? He's a bad egg, that bastard. This is not about him. We all know what he's about, don't we? Free Free child grapes. He's got his fucking cheek to put no spam here, dibbies, on a t-shirt, hasn't he? Beef curtains. No doubt wee Paddy will be watching in there in the background somewhere. Yeah? Bill, get that dog shit. Bill, wave to this Flying Scotsman, Bill. Bill, wave to the Flying Scotsman. All right, Paddy, I'm waving. And he fucking waved, he did as well. Pick up the dog shit, Bill. All right, Paddy. Save Tootsie. Hashtag save Tootsie. Where's Tootsie, guys? Somebody said he was in Gumtree. The wee dog's in Gumtree. Or Bill's hijacked him. Sicario gun. Spikey speaks out. I need to back down for these guys because I don't want to be tied on it too much. Spikey speaks out. Spikey's a good lad. Scottish lad as well. Tinkerbell. Mark K, sorry, I missed you, mate. Chelsea, fuck's sake, man. This chat's flying here. Oh, Chelsea. Chelsea's a good lad as well. Clip YouTube. Good clips. This guy's got good clips here. The real Danny G. The real Danny Groomer. Going to clip YouTube. Smackhead Stacey Deadbeat Mums covering the real Danny G and his grooming techniques. Fucking rocket, that Danny G. It's a guy I could never listen to. He's an absolute fucking rocket. Do you see where he was going along in the car? And he's kind of cruising along the car, you know, talking, looking into the camera, trying to act all cool, and he run into the fucking back of a car. That was comedy gold. Shit like that, you don't get caught out, man. Always keep your guard up. John Little, you all right, mate? Purveyor of truth, says John Little. Well, I try to be. It's raking your way through all the bullshit. It's like fucking hell, Farmer Giles here trying to get through all the bullshit and find out. I mean, once upon a time, I used to think Paddy Connolly was all right. And you know how he keeps saying, he emailed me, he started trolling me, he was emailing me. I've never emailed him once. That's how he was never got to put the emails out, because he knows I've never emailed him. Not once. Asked Dawn if she'd emailed him. She went, no me. But we did ask him when it was for some fairy cakes. We asked him if he wanted to pop into the house for some fairy cakes. And that wasn't through email. But anyway, I'll get to shitty ass. This is not about him. And my personal thoughts of shitty ass doesn't come into the equation tonight. I certainly know when this is happening. I'm waiting for Gary FIRBY, JONNY, RICO, which I've just read up at the top here. RICO is not on YouTube. How did I get to the top here? How did I do this? Can you go to the top again? I can find you. Hang on, I've got to see if I can hold that and go, oh, I'm away now. Fucking flying on now. Right, so Making Gains has got a comment up at the top here. So Making Gains, this is FERGAL. I was on FERGAL's over a year ago when I wanted a fight with Tony Burkett in a ring. Paul Venice was got to play fair play man for me, and Tony Burchett was, well, he was never going to take somebody up to get a fair play man because he was wanting to give me a dirty go, you know. So anyway, rumours has it he's been posted up a few times. I don't know. It's just a rumour. And rumours are carried by fools. So, I don't know the facts of the matter. But anyway, Making Gains, FERGAL and Gary FIRBY were very good friends at one point, worked the door together alongside JONNY and RICO. Making Gains can tell you this himself. I had Gary's back. So when Gary and FERGAL for Making Gains here fell out, FERGAL tell you, I had Gary's back, yeah, as you do with mates and people that you trust, you have their backs, and I had his back, and me and FERGAL had words, let's just say words, and it was it was kind of fired up, but it ended up a respectable conversation, and FERGAL said that like, he would take videos down for me, no for him, and I don't want to say what videos it was, but I just said to FERGAL, I said, listen, anybody could go out and pay some mad bird 20, 30 quid to make videos on anybody, including you. And they can listen to my point there. I said, at the end of the day, you know, if you're saying this girl was vulnerable and that, people are going to come and criticise you. Well, why did you just walk away and leave her on the street, etc., etc., etc. So me and FERGAL came to an agreement. It was respectable. I took the videos down where I was going, and FERGAL took them down where there was some girl, right? And that was it. And he done it for me, and I done it for him. It was just a mark of respect between two guys speaking on video call, basically. Now I know Fergal's a big hardy guy, and I know he could fucking knock the fucking 11 daylights out of us. However, having a respectable conversation between two men, and that's what it fell down to. But I still had Gary FIRBY's back. Fergal will tell you this. I had Gary FIRBY's back as people, friends, somebody that you trust. I had his backs, but also let Fergal be aware that my eyes were wide open. And, Gary'd shown, sorry for speaking a wee bit in riddles here, but Gary started, put it this way, right? I would not phone a friend and say, where do you get all your money for? Or what are you driving now? Or where are you staying now? How far do you live for that cave? I would not phone a friend up and ask him the questions if I thought he was up to anything dodgy, and vice versa. Can a friend phone you? I wouldn't phone a friend and say, well, what kind of car are you driving now? Especially, there's a lot of things wasn't adding up. He kept saying he wanted to come to Sonny Bean's cave, and at the time, when I was living in Scotland in Ayrshire, I was living about 3.5 miles from Sonny Bean's cave. And he asked me, I don't know how many times, you still staying close? How far are you from Sonny Bean's cave? And I started having, it was like red flags, the red flags. Why are you asking me these things? And I never ever told him anything. There was nothing there to tell, if you get me. I never ever told him anything because I follow my gut feeling. And but I always found it strange. Why are you asking me these kind of questions? Without saying to him, this is strange, why are you asking me these questions? But anyway, it turned out, I told one person that I'd bought property in Dubai, and I sent that one person pictures of the property I had in Dubai. I caused a big fucking major blunder to him because he obviously sent that on to people who's got a disagreement with me, and they went looking for a property in Dubai. I'd sent the fucking places wasn't even built yet. Yeah. They weren't even built yet. So seeing I seen a couple of folk on top of a building in Dubai saying, up the boys, I was laughing my fucking head off. The places that they were going to see were not even built yet. And that's how I came to decide somebody was a fucking rat. That itself. And then all this stuff came out. So Making Gains has put a comment here. Okay. If it comes on trying to deny it, I will take Johnny's surname off. I've already took his surname off at FERGAL when I read this comment first. Now I'm not here backing or siding up or ganging up, because I don't like kind of ganging up with somebody. I'm not here backing FERGAL up. I'm not here backing Johnny up, and I'm not backing RICO up. I'm just giving you my opinion of why I turned on Gary FIRBY. That was all. I sensed a fucking rat, I smelt a rat, and I outed a rat. And I had people messaging me who you'll never even hear it, saying, I'm surprised it took you that long. Anyway. So Johnny's surname off it, but he will confirm it's 100%, as will RICO on YouTube, though they'll do it privately if you can get in touch with them. Well, FERGAL, as you know, mate, I keep my circle very, very small. Johnny will have probably one person he could get in touch with that might be able to get in touch with me. And Johnny, but RICO would need to take that same RICO would need to take the same road as Johnny, for the simple reason as I can't fucking trust many people nowadays in life, because the amount of fucking rats that's out there is unbelievable. And honestly, so to have, if you've got fucking, as they say, if you can count your real friends in one hand, more than one hand, you've got one hand too many. So, wait a minute. I'm hoping Gary FIRBY comes in. And Gary, that's my reasons for thinking you're a rat. All this other stuff, until I see it with my own eyes. And this is where I'm giving you the chance to come on here, because I know you can't prove a negative. I've been accused of being a grass. The difference was when I think it was actually in Bali, when Paddy Conroy was shouting out, he's working for the Met Police, he's working, he's doing this, he's doing that. I actually called somebody and I went, how the fuck can I prove a negative here? I'm in a country where you can buy anything for a few dollars, a few baht, whatever. I said, I can't go and do a lie detector test in these countries because I've just got to say you paid that person off. And the person said to me, well, just apply for it. I went, what do you mean apply for it? And that's what I did. And that's what I'm going to educate everybody in tonight. So if Gary Firby is claiming that he's not a police informer, calling these other boys liars, which is fine, as I say, you can't prove a negative, but you can prove a positive. And I'm going to teach Gary Firby to get that information within 30 days where he can go out there and shove it in everybody's face and say, look, I have never taken money off the police. I've never been a paid police informer. I've never gave information to the police, to the Crown for a reduced sentence. You can get that in black and white, guys. And I didn't know until about 6 months ago that you can get that. And you can get it straight from the office in an email. So let's say somebody says, oh, but wait a minute, Miss Humble, your missus can do this, your missus can do that with a computer. That's fine. I'll get it sent to somebody else's email address. I'll apply for it and I'll have it all sent to their email address. You get it within less than 30 days. The exact same times it takes to get your subject access request. It's the same department. So everybody that's applied for an ACRO, now I know FERGAL for making gains. Now this, I want to point this out. I just wanted to point this out. FERGAL and these guys might be in a difficult position because they're working as a doorman. To keep your doorman's badge, sometimes you'll get trouble in a nightclub, okay? For example, let's say you're working as a bouncer in a nightclub. Somebody comes up, slashes your mate of a fight. Please come. To keep your doorman's badge, you can't say, I seen nothing. So you could then apply for your, say, well, man, it's got to come back here that I've gave information for such and such. You can say you work for, let's say, the Queen's fucking nightclub, right? If it even exists. And you've maybe gave whatever statements to the police because you need to do this to keep your doorman's badge. You can't just say, oh, I seen nothing. You're working for somebody. You've got a doorman's badge, you want to keep it. So you can apply for information and say, I want to apply for information because I've lived here, but I want to exclude the part where I was working for such and such company. So you could apply like nightclubs, but don't go and say I was working for fucking somebody laying some tarmac here, blah, blah, blah. So like, let's say I'm talking proper jobs. Don't just make them up. Where people could identify you as working. You can apply for that data. It's very easy. I'm just looking here to see if... Right, so Stray Cabbage, right? Sorry, Ronan, I just noticed that was the name of your new channel. So Stray Cabbage is Ronan. Ronan will know exactly what I'm talking about here because all this, he was the first one that came out and said, well, he said to Dickie Higgy, let's just get your ACRO. Nobody heard of fucking ACROs, including myself at the time. And it started, to be honest, Ronan, I should block you because it started a whole pile of shite, didn't it? But anyway, you were right. Why doesn't everybody that's been accused of this stuff, because it will show NFAs and all the rest of it on it, and you were right, you were bang on about it. Hence the reason I can guarantee you 70%, 80% in this corner of YouTube knew nothing about ACROs, your criminal record, your NFAs, I guarantee you 70, 80% never knew about it. I certainly never heard of it. I'm just wanting to see if Rossi, I'm a way for Rossi now, mate. I used to be just off the coast in Ayrshire. I'm a way like fucking days for Rossi right now. Rossi Isle's a beautiful wee isle, mate, yeah. I'm just looking down here to make sure I've no missed. Right, I can't see. Gary, I know you're watching this. I know for a fact Gary Firby will be watching this. I know for a fact that he's had several messages in Facebook and Facebook Messenger to let him know. I shifted it last night to the night. Gary, I've tried to fit your every need here for you to come out and clear your name. Forget all the things about me. I don't care. Mine and yours relationship's vanished way. Yeah, that's I'll never be a mate, somebody that'll back you up ever again. But I will back you up in this if you come out here and prove yourself that you're not a police informer. I will have your back with that. But everything else, you're a rat. You're a rat. And if you want to get there and make statements on Facebook and shout people out for a fight and all the rest of it, at least come and back it up. Everybody's watching. You know yourself, Gary. There'll be people watching this that you've asked to come and back you up. I'm offering to back you up in this police informer thing. And I'm giving you the chance I will back you up in that. You know I would. Everything else, the friendship and that, I'll never back you up in anything fucking else again, but I'd back you up and say he's not a grass. That's the kind of person I'm, Gary. That's the difference between me and you. No, some people say he's been loyal. Gary FIRBY's been loyal to you, John. Listen, any of my friends working in a double-edged sword, fucking being your friend 1 minute and running to fucking police, that's putting me in a predicament as well. That's not a friend. That's not, you don't need people like that in your life. Run it to the police. Right, allegedly, that's what I'm trying to clear up. I'd love to clear this up. Humble Dryer, have you blocked me? Sorry, I've just noticed that. No, I've not blocked you, mate, because I can see your comment. I've hurt innocent people. I know who you are. You're a fucking nut job. Somebody block that nut job. That's the one that goes down the show and everything. What'd you call her? She's a fucking nut job. It's on the glue. You know what I'm talking about, guys, don't you? Come on, Gary. I know you're watching. Gary, come on. Jump on the chat here. I know your channel ID. Jump on. Clear your name. I'm going to tell you, you can go about Newcastle. You can get work in the doors again. People will not reject you, Gary, because you can go about there and shove the black and white paperwork in their face and say, I'm a prick, but I'm not a police informer, because that's why everybody's down to you now. Nobody's giving you work. I don't even think you can get a fucking window cleaning job, Gary. Nothing wrong with being on that job. No, you're right, Anne. It's my profession. Gary, come on, I know you're watching. And I know he's watching. He's had messages through Facebook now. I shifted it last night to the night. As I say, it's not going to be a rant and rave and everything as much as I'm ranting and raving just now, but if he comes on here, it's got to be a sensible conversation, like because nobody's want to hear somebody rant and raving over something so serious. They want to hear what he has to say. And I'm here to help him get that information, if he's innocent, to prove himself a police informer or not. Come on, Gary. Get in the chat there. I know your channel ID, so just jump in and I'll click you right onto live. You can keep the camera off, I don't care. I just want you to give me your word and everybody else here, a few people about where you used to work and all that you'll go and get this information within 30 days. After 30 days, your name's fucked if you don't do it. So if you have nothing to hide, you have no problem. And even if you can't do it, if you're, say, a wee bit thick when it comes to computer things, somebody else can do it for you that can do a bit of typewriting job, and within 3-5 minutes, the application's filled in and you can get it sent to anybody's email address to prove if you've ever took money, i.e. a blue gyro, if you've ever gave any information whatsoever to the police for money, for benefit, or if you've ever gave information to the police to get off with crimes or a reduced sentence, Gary. So come on and prove you're innocent. Remember, I was friends with you, Gary, for a long time. Yeah, I trusted you. So there's nobody more fucking angry about it than myself if you don't come on and clear your name. I mean, at the end of the day, you fucking let me down and anybody else that believed in you as well. And, I mean, see, at the end of the day, guys, see the pig's head and that, I laughed about that, but then I realised that the woman that's got the fucking pig's head nailed to their door, she's innocent in all this. You know, the business is innocent in all this. You know what I mean? But this is what happens. I actually laughed at that. Yeah, and fucking the ones that's allegedly done it and been charged with it, I fucking don't like them. But I laughed at it. But an innocent business was targeted. Come on, Bill. Fucking hell, Gary. Billy, you know how I'm saying Billy the Kid? Because that's what he changed his YouTube channel to. The real Billy the Kid. From Gary, the Governor FIRBY, to Billy the Kid. And then he changed it again to EH, Echo Hotel, Okay, making gains. Johnny wants to get your email or phone number to confirm this to you. Okay, Fergal, what I'm going to say is there's an old guy. There's an old guy I'm going to get. I think he was friends, Facebook friends or something, with Johnny. And I think when it kind of all blew up between him and FIRBY, with Johnny and FIRBY, would I be correct in saying, Fergal, that Johnny and FIRBY were friends as well? Because when Johnny and FIRBY fell out, the old guy deleted Johnny's number, I think. So I'm going to ask that old guy to get back in touch with Johnny. However he used to do it, I don't ask these questions, but I'm quite sure I can get a number to Johnny within the next couple of days. Because at the end of the day, Johnny used to run all over for FIRBY. Well, there's a fucking surprise, yeah. He doesn't want to come on YouTube. Doesn't want to come on YouTube, but he will speak on the phone. That's fair enough. You know, some people don't want to come on this screen, and I totally understand why. But let's face it, Ken, FIRBY's no excuse here. It's like, I'm glad to see Fergal in the chat there, because at the end of the day, if Fergal never appeared in the chat, I'd be like, what the fuck are you playing at, Fergal? Because at the end of the day, you can't go out and say this, and then no, at least appear in the chat to back up your words. So Johnny, yeah, there you go. So I'm a bit of respect here, Fergal, for coming in. As you say, if Gary FIRBY jumped on here the night and denied it, you were. But as I say, I wasn't wanting to turn it into an argument. I was wanting to just turn it into something where anybody can go out and prove themselves. You can't prove a negative, but you can prove a positive. If you're a police informer and you're running about doing this, that, and the next thing, you deserve everything you fucking get, personally. You know what I mean? Ratting your mates and all the rest of it, you deserve it. Because at the end of the day, as soon as you get down that road, you're owned. You're owned. You will never be yourself ever again. You're owned until the fucking day you die. Fergal says, okay. So basically what I'll do is I'll get somebody to contact him within the next couple of days, the Johnny guy, and I'll speak to him. At the end of the day, Fergal, the fact that Gary FIRBY's not come in this chat tonight to even, and I know he's watching, I know for a fucking fact he's watching it. Gary, I've had somebody walking by your caravan. I know for a fact he's watching it. And the fact that he's not coming on here, knowing fine that I would back him up to the fucking hilt when it came to the police informant thing, if he's innocent, it speaks its volume. Him no coming on, but yet he's making statements on Facebook there the other night there, what to fight people. You know what I mean? If that's the case, if he's not to hide, his silence is deafening, just go away off social media then. But the fact he's coming on shouting, I'm no police informer, these rats, I'll bring one to one, you know, I'll back him up. If he's not a police informer, I'll back him up. But the fact that he's not come on here, knowing fine that I would back him up if he wasn't a police informer and he was going to go and prove himself that he's not a police informer, speaks volumes. It speaks volumes. He's complaining because he can't get any work anywhere but off anybody now. He's complaining this, he's complaining that. Well, Gary, come on here, here, I'm giving you a chance. You don't need to come on and you go, whoa. There's no shouting here. I'm shouting because I'm only person on myself and everybody. I want everybody to hear me here. If you're not a police informer, Gary FIRBY, and you've got nothing to hide and you've never been in financial gain and ratting people and talking shit to them, getting £100 expenses to go up to hospitals and all the rest of it. You know, Gary, you told me you were going to hospitals. You had me feeling sorry for you. You had COPD. You'd maybe cancer. You'd sepsis, of which I believe you did have sepsis in the hand. You clean your hand with some alcohol stuff and you get sepsis in it after punching somebody, you told me. But you always told me you're going to these hospital appointments, Gary. When I was speaking to you, you never ever told me the results from the hospital appointments. You maybe think just because sometimes when I speak on the phone, I go, aye, because I mean, but I was always wanting to see how you're going with the hospital appointments, you know, the results, because normally people go to hospitals to get results after it. But you never ever came. And then sometimes you'd phone me and say, my lungs are fucked on this, I can't breathe. You know, Fergal shouting me for a fight. And And then the next day you're putting up a video in a punch bag. And it was a fresh video, I know it was. So, you know, there was a lot of cracks. Gary, you were papering over cracks, mate. And at the end of the day, this police informant thing, if you can't be doing that. Well, you can. It's not. I can't stop you doing it. But you need to understand is once you get down that road, that's you for life. You're owned. And anybody that comes out with it and you get caught, you're owned for the rest of your life. You'll never be yourself because you're owned. Right, Fergal. So respect for coming into the chat here and be prepared to jump on if Gary come in. I need to give you that respect, Fergal. I know we've had fucking kind of quite hot words in the past, but I need to respect you for coming in here and being ready to jump on and saying it as it is. And I was hoping I would have the same respect for Gary FIRBY on that matter of things to come in here and at least listen to me when I say, all right, so you're not a police informant. Okay, well, this is how you can prove it. And I'm going to tell you guys, because I don't want to go in here forever, just rant and raving. Okay? I don't want to, because everybody's applied for our ACRO. No, everybody. I know Fergal. Fergal's got my ACROs. I sent Fergal's mine. And he'll tell you there's no even an NFA ever there for being questioned over abusing children and all the rest of it. Don't listen to fucking Patch in the Shed. He's been caught with his pants down more than he'll ever have them up. That's a fact. But this is not about him tonight. Because he would never be in this live either, taking the Gary FIRBY challenge up and applying for subject access request. So anybody that's applied for an ACRO can apply for any data. Because if you've been taking a blue gyro, it comes out the taxpayers' monies. Yeah, it doesn't come out the coppers' pockets. It comes out of their budget. You can also apply for a Freedoms Information Act, and it'll show you how much under a certain postcode goes out to police informers. How much of the public money, the taxpayers' money, goes out to police informers. It's easy, just ask Freedom Information Act. You can apply for a lot of things. So you can apply, for example, let's say you have lived in, you have to be, let's say you've worked in Newcastle, let's say you've worked in London, let's say you've worked in Wales, let's say you've worked in Scotland. You've stayed there for a wee while. So you have to ask everywhere. So when I applied for mine, I said I'd spent a couple of years down here in Buxton, a couple of years here, a couple of years here in Scotland. So I'd applied there about 6 different places that I'd lived. Because I didn't want somebody to come up and say, oh, you were doing it such and such. How did you know apply? So I applied for every single place that I knew I'd stayed, worked, or whatever. If I'd ever been a police informant, if I'd ever gave information to the police for financial gain, if I'd ever gave information to the police for a reduced sentence. It's your data. You're entitled to it. You're entitled. It's your data. So let's say somebody was getting held or hung over a bridge tonight because they were getting blamed for being a grass, and that person hung over a bridge cannot prove a negative. That person can now go on, and you could be able to do this for a long, long time. You can go into the computer, spend 5 minutes in the computer applying SAR, Subject Access Request. It's your data. It belongs to you. If you've nothing to hide, apply for it. And you can go, it comes in email. You can have it, you can apply for it. You show them a handy ID. You can apply for it. And you can send it to somebody else's email address so they can't say that you've tampered with it. And listen, it doesn't matter if they have, right? And let's say somebody's getting handled with the police, they cannot say, oh, you know what, cover that out, because it's taxpayers' monies. So Gary FIRBY, 30 days. You could clear your name in less than 30 days, the same time it takes for your subject access request, your ACRO to come. Anybody can go and do this. And that's what I done. I didn't know you could do it until about 6 months ago. So has anybody, has anybody got to go out and ask Paddy Conroy to apply for his? I fucking bet they don't. They maybe go and ask them, but I guarantee they don't get to see it. 100% they will not get to see it. Because I know for a fact that Paddy Conroy gave information for a reduced sentence, at the very least, with the cannabis thing. And the David Glover thing, it's messy, but this is not about him tonight. Hannibal, what are you saying? I just noticed Hannibal. Hannibal the Cannibal. I know this guy personally. He's fucking mad as a heart as well. That says beer money. He gets half the dirty wrongings, John. Yeah, I know, mate. I'm fucking very disappointed tonight. He's not came and defended himself. I know that he's watching this. I know he's had plenty of notice. I even changed it for last night to the night. And I'm disappointed. We've got 179 people between the two chats. And if you're only seeing some of the comments, it's because I'm running it through two chats. Yeah, so there you go. That's how you're only seeing some of the comments. But disappointing, Gary. You had your chance, mate. I know you're watching. I know you've plenty of notice. And the fact that you've no came, or what are you going to do? Apply for it now, Gary? You got to apply for it now. And then when it comes back, as I say, if you came on here the night and I told you how to do it, and then you went and applied for it, and then you come back out and sent it to, say, I don't know, somebody else's email address where you couldn't get blamed. I'm saying you couldn't get blamed for tampering with it. You know, that'd be it all sorted. You'd probably be back in work by the end of the month. I don't know. But the fact that you've not come on and you're still on Facebook the other night, they're shouting that you were no place in form and all the rest of it. So you're still on social media, speaks volumes. Speaks volumes. But listen, at the end of the day, everybody can apply for this. It's so easy. It's so easy. And you can clear your name if you've got nothing to hide. As I say, you can't prove a negative, but you can prove a positive. And that's what it's your data. And if you've took money, the allegations about like Gary Furby's been here getting £100 expenses and all that to run up and down to hospitals and all the rest of it to meet Irish police working for the Met Police. I mean, at the end of the day, it's only people's words, and you can't prove a negative. You can prove a positive, Gary. And at the end of the day, I'm quite sure, and I'm going to give you maybe 28 days, but I can guarantee that you're not going to come on and prove that you're not a police informant. I know you, because I know you, Gary. I know you'd have been on here if you were innocent. I know, and you know that I know you. Anyway, I don't know. I've nothing else to say, guys. That's about all I can say in the matter. I could just ramble on and go round in circles like wee Paddy out in his garden, pick up the dog shit bill, wave at the train bill. But I'm not going to do that. At the end of the day, I'm just going to keep it short and sweet. He's not come on, he's not cleared his name, and he's not going to clear his name. Is he? Let's face the facts. And there's nobody more fucking disappointed than me. That's life. Anyway, Paddy, I know you're watching, and I know the same rules apply to you. You will be applying for fuck all, because I know you're an old shitty arse in the shed, and I know you've stuck in more fucking people than fucking FIRBY. And that's an understatement. Shitty arse. Why don't you go and tell everybody why you get David Glover to change his statement on Michael Sayers' death, Paddy? Come on, Paddy, before you die. Admit your sins. Because you know, Paddy, I don't go away. Paddy, you know I don't go away. Come out and admit your sins why you get David Glover to change that police statement and blame Michael Sayers. Why did you get him to change it from your brother's name, Paddy? Because Michael Sayers introduced Maureen to Lee Duffy. Eh? Eh, Paddy? If you know, you know, Paddy. Speak to you all later, guys. I'll just leave that there with you, Paddy. Take care. Adios.